Mustafa Ali is sitting out his WWE contract, and an AEW talent has responded. Plus, WrestleMania title match plans have been revealed, and an injured SmackDown star is making a TV return this week. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Hashtag Free Ali was trending again over the weekend, as there's been another twist in the Mustafa Ali WWE situation. So he's requested his release.
Yes.
WWE has gone, we released 80 plus people last year. We're not going to release you. There's value in you. We don't have any ideas for you, but there's value in you. So, no, you can't go.
It's horrible, is what it is.
It is. So then, with all this going on, with WWE refusing to release him from his contract, Mustafa Ali put out a tweet over the weekend saying, "I'll see you all in like 2.5 years."
Oh, it looks like he's going to settle his contract and just take the money and just stay home. Unless, of course, Vince McMahon pulls his finger out of his bumhole, Tom. Oh, it's a Monday morning, everybody. Out of his bumhole and gives this very talented professional wrestler a meaty storyline to get his chops sunk in too.
Now, I know a few people have had opinion on this and said, "Oh, how terrible for Ali having to sit at home and get paid." But then there's like, well, no, if you're passionate about what you do and you can't do it the way that you want to do it, it's no different to being stuck in a dead-end job. Like, obviously the money's better, obviously, but is money the true source of happiness?
No. When you're a creative guy like that, which he quite clearly is with the stuff he did off his own back. I know we mentioned it a lot on this channel, but there was promos where he's just been in a back garden with snow and a fence behind him cutting these wonderful promos. It's clear he's an artiste, a creative type, and if you're not getting fulfilled that way, of course you're going to be miserable.
I do like the fact that since that tweet went out, he put out another tweet saying, "Do good while you can," and he's using his Twitter platform to signal boost other wrestlers, performers who are making good things, and I love that. Like it again sort of galvanizes that idea that Ali is so attached and passionate about the creative side of wrestling, yet he's in a position where he can't do that. All he wants to do is go and do that elsewhere, and WWE are letting him, essentially.
It's that thing about he's a wrestler with a message as well. He wants to sort of portray that just because his name's Mustafa Ali, that doesn't mean he has to be a bad guy in professional wrestling. Not everyone called Mustafa is a terrible person, which wrestling over the past 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years has led you to believe, by and large. That's
it, and he was keen to kind of push the New America thing that Mustafa Ali did, the New America thing, the promo that he put out, and you can't say that he isn't passionate about wanting to create stuff, because the one thing they say is like the idea is that the door's always open for ideas, and Vince always wants ideas from people, and he seems to be going to all the trouble of bringing ideas, and they're going, no, I mean, you could be a bad guy terrorist, but it's otherwise, so he's. I hope something comes of this, and I hope that we can reach. And it's more the fact that WWE released so many people. Other people request their release and they've gone, fine. So it's just weird that they're just sort of keeping him there.
We've had a solid 2 years now of budget cuts in the midst of all these record profits and better than expected profits for like quarters and whatnot. But this guy wants to go, and you're thinking, get a bit off the wage budget. That'd be lovely for the company, wouldn't it? But no, they want to keep him there. Just start a Twitch channel, Mustafa Ali on Twitch. Just do that and they'll fight you straight away.
I mean, there is that. Keith Lee is very familiar with the WWE system. He not long left it, and he replied to Ali on Twitter saying, "Keep your head up, homie. You are far from done."
Yeah, and I was thinking, does Keith Lee know a lot about sort of sitting out a contract? But it turns out he does a little bit, but not as much as Ali's going to have to do for the 2.5 years, as he tweeted out over the weekend. Because his last match for the WWE, Keith Lee, was on October the 25th, 2021, and by early November the 4th, he was one of that group of I think 18 in that one who were released at the same time. So I
think it's more like obviously there's a solidarity with the system that WWE is, and it's a system that if it works really well for some people, it really works well for some people. For some people, it doesn't quite gel, doesn't quite mesh, and that's where you have situations like with Keith Lee, who was sort of pigeonholed in a weird way. We did a whole video about that, and like Mustafa Ali, who has big ideas and isn't in a position to deliver them the way that he wants to do. More on that as we get it. But let's stay on course a little bit with Keith Lee. Mia Yim, who lives in his heart, baby, put out a tweet saying, to those wondering why I'm not back in the ring yet, February is a busy month with the wedding and the movie. I decided to not take any bookings until March to focus on getting everything handled at home first. So don't worry, I will see you all in the ring in March. She's back soon.
And I wonder where, Tom. It could be anywhere, because obviously, I know this goes without saying, but Mia Yim's got the experience, she's got the tenure in the professional wrestling ring, she's got the talent, she's got the Kavorka, she's got everything you want to bolster a women's division, so I don't know where she's going to go.
Impact. Jade returns to Impact.
Why the hell not?
That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. I do like that a lot. An injured SmackDown star making a TV return this week, Rob.
Yeah, buddy. Austin Creed, who is known in certain circles as Xavier Woods, is going to be presenting a thingy about the video games, which I have no idea about, but Tom might be able to tell you some things, along with Bayley.
Bayley indeed is going to be on this show. So the tweet went out saying Austin Creed and Bits Bayley WWE joins Golden Boy Completionist. There's an episode of Des Island Graps with the Completionist. He was a lovely man. Little plug there. And a Ronnie 2K for a 90-minute 2K22 special that you do not want to miss. Now, this is Bayley's first TV appearance since she tore her ACL back in July. And on the weekend over there's an elimination chamber with a mystery entrant.
Oh, we've been down this road before with the Royal Rumble.
Yes, we have indeed. We're doing the hand gesture that suggests we've been down this road before.
We are summoning Bayley.
Summon the Bayley. the Bayley
dove from above.
It's apparently the dove from above. Woo, woo. But it will be, I think, to see how Bayley looks and moves during this TV show will give an indication of whether or not we're going to see her
she'll be
in the
hopping.
elimination chamber.
I got an 89 out of 100. I'm hopping on one later to prove I'm all right. But no, she's been putting a lot of stuff on Instagram where she's in the gym doing all sorts of like leg workouts and whatnot and core workouts and stuff like that. It looks like she could be in line for a return very soon indeed.
And I think it'd be interesting to see how she looks when she does the show on G4 and Up, Up, Down, Down tomorrow. Fingers crossed for a Bayley return. That'll be flipping lovely.
Get her back at the top of that card on SmackDown. And, with WrestleMania coming up and with it, look, the scene being set on SmackDown side of things in the women's division, what does she do?
No, I love the idea of her being in the mix, maybe with... I mean, there's unfinished business with Bianca Belair. I love the idea, okay, she's on Raw, Bianca Belair, but there's no reason why you can't just move her over to Raw.
They do.
They just do it anyway!
Big E got moved, didn't he?
There you go, pop Bayley on a Raw. Bianca Belair and Bayley can have some fun there. I mean, Becky Lynch, has she got a confirmed opponent for Mania yet?
It should be Ronda Rousey, shouldn't it? But that's a different point, isn't it?
Should be. Bayley, Becky, Mania. Bayley, Becky, Bianca, Mania.
With Brian Batumbre as the special guest referee. All the B's in one wrestling ring.
With Brian Butterfield as announcer. Those aren't stars.
Brian Blessed as the special guest referee.
Yes!
All the
that
B's.
was a 3 count!
The match sponsored by not internet cafe, actual real life cafe, BB's.
Ooh!
Ever had a coffee from BB's?
Where's BB's?
It's a chain. It's nice. It's called.
I don't know if I've had a coffee from
something
BB's.
bakery. There's one in the Metro Centre.
Is there?
Yeah, if you work at BB's, whatever its actual long name is, let me know. I know it as BB's.
Shout to BB's.
Go on, the BB's and the Baileys and the Brian Blesseds and the Brian Batondes.
And if you're having a bodacious ball of Monday, we will see you in another news video.
Bye-bye.
And latest news, Cultaholic.com throughout the day as well. But before we go, that's another B. Before we go, let's talk WrestleMania. And it looks as if a title match has already been signed, sealed, and or delivered.
I'm yours.
For the show. Wrestling Observer Radio reporting that, it's Dave Meltzer reporting this, saying that Sami Zayn is going to be facing Johnny Knoxville for the Intercontinental title at Mania.
I don't know how I feel about this, Tom, because on one hand, it's the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. On the other hand, it's Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville doing more stuff. And as we proved in the build-up to the Rumble, while there was a couple of painful moments, by and large, it was fun.
It was, yeah. I genuinely think they could have a fun match at Mania. I do.
I'm worried for Johnny Knoxville. He had a brain thing after doing that bull thing in Jackass Forever.
He did, didn't he? He had a brain thing.
So if he's going to take bumps and bumps and bumps, I mean, who knows? He might not take a bump after that forearm he did to AJ Styles. He's like Shibata.
Shibattered, more like. Am I right? Am I right?
Happy Monday.
But would they put the belt on Johnny Knoxville?
No, come on. I mean, why not? The Intercontinental Championship isn't what it was back in our day, was it? Back in our day. Shinsuke Nakamura gets it. It goes missing for several months.
I think they're going to put the Intercontinental title on Johnny Knoxville. Do I agree with it? As a hardened professional wrestling fan, 16-year-old Tom would probably be slamming things around the bedroom at this point, crying softly on AOL chat. But as sort of seasoned 38-year-old monster, Tom Campbell, yeah, do it, you cowards.
Why not? I mean, the Intercontinental, it's had a rough few years, hasn't it?
They'll see it as headline grabbing.
Yeah.
Won't they? Like that was, back in my day, it was David Arquette won the world title. Johnny Knoxville holding the Intercontinental title. That's going in the New York
that's
Post.
the final sort of start and dissension of like WCW 2000 levels of WF 2022.
I think WWE is in a much higher position than WCW was when they pulled this nonsense off, and plus they're doing it with more than a couple of hours build.
Yeah.
So I think WWE, for all the faults WWE has, like they could pull that off very well. They just know how to make the most out of a situation like that. Yeah, I think Johnny Knoxville's becoming Intercontinental Champion.
God.
Oh, what a time to be alive! More news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.
For the second time. Because we did all that B stuff and forgot to do the story that's in the title. That's how professional we are. So we'll see you next time for sure.
Maybe.
There's another video coming later today.
Bye.
Goodbye.